All right, this is Jordan James, and
My name's Junior Wassmer.
Junior. What's up, man?
Yeah.
All right, so we're just gonna go through something really quick. Junior said essentially he doesn't really know, too much about the Bible. He kind of knows a little bit. Like, what do you know?
It's just the basics, about the biblical stories, about what happened with God and stuff, Jesus, not really much, but I know enough to know what he did for us and, the miracles and stuff.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, so I only have one real goal. And there's essentially two main elements in Christianity in general, right, that are regarded as the most important. I feel like if you know these two main things, then you understand what it really means to be in what's called the kingdom of God, right? So there's really just two things, right? That's loving God above yourself, right? Just putting him first, right?
Putting him first in every situation.
In every situation, but just in life in general,
Yeah.
right? And the second is like loving your neighbor as yourself, right? So
Yeah.
that's putting God and saying, "Hey, man, you're number one. You make the decisions. If you want to make the decisions, then whatever you say, I'll do. I'm doing my thing until then. But the second I feel like you're in my life and you want me to do something your way, that's cool, man. Go for it. I'll do it no matter what."
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
All right, cool. You got that?
Yeah, I got that.
Oh yeah. All right. So, my goal and what I'm going to make sure that you do, and we're going to do it in under 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully, right? Which is understand how to put God first, how to make that really easy for you, right? So that it's not a problem, so that you can just do the stuff that you want to do, the stuff that you want to do, right? Live a life that you can feel like you're a little bit proud of. You know what I'm saying, right? So even if you mess up everywhere else, at least you got this right. Right? And then secondly, I love my neighbor as myself. I know how to really love people, right? I know how to be strong and be guarded and everything, but I also know how to love people, so you can't really check me on anything, right? No matter what you say I do wrong, I know that I'm doing the only two important things right? So there's a couple verses that we're going to go through real quick, but Matthew 22, it says, "Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law?" Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind." All right? This is the first commandment. It's the greatest. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and all the prophets hang on these two commandments. Boom. Jesus said it right here. The top two. All right? So now you know your focus just has to be on these two to really grasp the rest. Am I right? Super easy. Right?
Yeah.
Second, John. He says, now, there's a concept that I want to introduce you to, which is when you love your neighbor as yourself, it's really like having a oneness, right? Like you and me, we're on one accord, we're cool, right? There's not division. You don't have to feel alone. Like I represent you, you represent me, and we represent God, and we have strength in each other, no matter what, right? So he says, "My prayer is not for them alone. I also pray for those who will believe in me through their message, their being the disciples, that all of them may be one. Father, just as you are in me and I am in you, may they also be in us, so that the world may believe that you sent me. I have given them the glory that you have gave me, that they may be one as we are one. I in them and you in me." Right? And so essentially what he's saying is, I believe in something greater than me. That's the kingdom, right? Therefore, I'm giving up my selfish ways. Like, I'm not trying to be a boss. I'm not trying to live about me. I'm trying to do my own thing, man. Right?
Get some.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to... Right, exactly. I'm not trying to go out and get some. I'm not... It's nothing like that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to just be cool, man.
Just move forward and
Exactly. I'm representing something greater, dude. What is God? Right? God is good. God is love. He's all these great things, right? All these ideas associated with him. I become something greater because I believe in someone more powerful. And I'm not just fighting for me. So in Luke he says, "If any of you wants to be my follower, turn away from your selfish ways and take up your cross daily." That means I'm not trying to do my own thing, dog. Like that's not my goal. I want to be something more. And when people see me, I want them to see love. Right? I want them to see strength. I want them to see something mighty. I want them to see real power, right? And that comes from representing power, representing God. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It sounds good, right?
Yeah, it does.
Heck yeah. So, then next, there's an example, because it's easy to talk a bunch of trash, right? But it's hard to live up to it, right?
Yeah.
So then Jesus is like, all right, so he's like in Luke 12, I have a terrible baptism to undergo, and how distressed I am until it's accomplished. That means, dude, I know I'm about to die, and this is horrible. This is terrible, and I'm so stressed out, right? So he just talked all that trash before, saying, put God first, take your cross daily,
Yeah.
right? And now he's stressed. So then what's he do to handle it, right? He goes straight to this. Father, if you're willing, remove this cup from me, remove this problem, this obstacle, right? But yet, not my will, not what I want, man.
What do you mean by that? Not my will.
So he's like, our will is like our choices and what it is I
Or
want to
let it
happen.
be his choice, not the person's choice.
Because Jesus ain't trying to die. He's not trying to die on the cross. He's not trying to get his butt whooped. He's not trying to suffer like that, but he knows it's coming, right? He knows it's coming. And he's like, you know what? Not my will, but yours.
Yeah.
That's how you handle it. And that's how you put God first, by saying, you know what?
Let it be your choice, not mine.
That's right.
Yeah.
I represent you. I represent something greater than me.
Not something you want, something that's going to help you, something for your choice,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. God comes first every time.
Let him guide you, that's basically.
That's right, and that's the way to do it, man.
Yeah.
So that's how you want to put God first. Do it just like that. Especially when you're in a bad situation. Like, you know what? I know what I want, but whatever you want is okay with me. And then do the best you can, and no matter how it turns out, good or bad, you fought and you put in 100.
You gotta go over the obstacles, overcome them.
You'll overcome it with God.
Yeah.
And no matter how it turns out, what it looks like, because you gave it to Him, you're in a good space.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because you gave it to Him. And you said, I'm going to do everything I can with what I've got. I'm going to put in 100. And no matter how it turns out, your will, not mine. I did the best I could. We're a team. You've got it. Make sense?
Yeah.
So your life is always in check. No matter how good or bad you think you did. Because it's His.
Yeah.
Right? And God is love. God is power. God is great.
Yeah.
Right? So then lastly. You understand so far?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Alright, what do you get? What are you getting from it?
Like, what you just said, like, let it be His will, like, His choice of, you gotta let Him know that you're willing for Him, to take over, like, to guide you in your life, basically.
Yeah.
Don't let it be what you want, it's what He wants for you,
Yeah.
basically.
I love that, man. And then lastly, it's there's no fear in love. That's what John said. It's called 1 John, right? It's one of the letters that John wrote, right? He's one of the disciples and one of the apostles. And perfect love drives out fear. So, Dag, it says 8 minutes. All right, so as I wrap this up, I want you to imagine, I just want you to like really realize how difficult it is to love anybody around you, especially here in LA, right? People cut you off, no one really seems to care that much. Even the people who say they're Christian, whatever, no one really cares that much, right? That's not necessarily true, because some people do. But I want you to imagine 2 scenarios. You have a first person who, I want you to imagine God came down, He was like, these are the new commandments. If y'all follow these and understand what they are, then everybody gets to go to heaven. If you mess these up, you're done for. And I want you to imagine some dude gets a hold of them. He's bringing them to the church, and he drops them, and they shatter on the ground, and nobody knows. And then, and instantly, the first thing that you think of is like, what? How do you feel about that guy?
I don't know.
Not good.
Not good.
Not good.
No good.
No good, man. You judge him, but I want you to imagine for a second that your cutest little baby cousin, he got a hold of him. He or she got a hold of him. And she's bringing him to you, and then she drops it on the ground. And it breaks. And I want you to imagine the fact that, you know what? No matter what she did, I still love her anyways.
Yeah.
Right? So that is the reality between what's called unconditional love. Right?
Yeah.
And when you feel that for her, and you make the choice to feel that for another person, I want you to imagine the comfort that you feel. Just really feel the comfort of, I love you no matter what. That's saying,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like,
all fear's gone.
You could overcome it, the anger, and you could avoid all of that,
All that. And that comes just from that one feeling, right?
Yeah.
True love casts out fear. Exactly. And so what's happening is I'm in you. And I choose to love you no matter what circumstance. Therefore, there's nothing that can threaten that. And there's a piece of you that's always protected that way. And that right there, when you're focused on that, nothing can ever challenge, break, or destroy this one thing that represents you. I love you no matter what. Therefore, I love a piece of myself that can never be changed under any circumstance.
Yeah.
There's no threat. Nothing can touch you. Can you feel fear if you're focused on that person right now? You just love them. You just feel that love. Can you feel any fear or anger?
No.
There you go. And that, my friend, is if you use that and look and judge other people like that, and say, no matter what, I choose to judge you like this, and to view you like this. Could you imagine if you did that for everyone? And you just gave them a pass. Now imagine you did the same thing for the first guy who dropped God's commandments. What would that be like? And you choose to view him like you did your little cousin. What would that be like?
I don't know. It would be different.
So imagine, he drops the commandments, right? He drops them. And you're viewing him the way you did your little cousin or that little person. You view him just like you did. The same choice you made to look at your little cousin and say, I love you anyways.
Mm-hmm. Huh?
We're almost done.
Yeah.
What would that be like?
I don't know. It would be something different.
So, would you be as mad with him?
Nah. I just let it go, you know, it's accidents happen.
Exactly. See the difference in that?
Yeah.
So you feel like you know how to make the choice to have an unconditional love and attitude.
Yeah, it's all based on you, you know.
So what have you learned from today's lesson? Just knock it down. I learned this.
Choose to, you know, don't come off, you know, like too much, you know, be equal with everyone, you know, give them a chance, you know, like, accept mistakes happen, you know, and that, I don't really know how to explain it, but I really know something, you know.
Yeah, man, no, you're doing a great job, man. So do you know how to deal with people differently now?
Yeah, I do, like, you know, just, instead of, you know, starting all the argument or, you know, just the anger towards them or, you know, just look at it as like, oh, you know, it's alright, you know, just, you learn from your mistake. Don't hold no anger against them, you know, don't hold nothing against them, you know.
Yeah.
That'll jeopardize your relationship or friendship with them or whatever, you know, you have with them.
So do you know how to put God first now?
Yeah, you put him first by, you know, in a situation or in general for everything, just for him to guide you and what he wants for you, so better outcome for you, you know.
Right. Now, do you know how to love your neighbor as yourself?
Yeah.
There you go. Do you feel like you understand the 2 top commandments?
Yeah. I do.
All right. Thanks, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.